So, see, there's the man. There's the man.
They don't know you up. And it's part of family, they don't know we rule, you know, dog. You see me? So we
The
roll,
great Lendo P.
man can't this black to see, but I say, yeah, we click. Yeah. See, from them time till now, never switch. Never switch. Yeah.
Never switch.
Jaja
Yeah.
Monte, Jawiz.
Listen, big respect. There's Lindo P. This is Blaxz Dundaplace. For all those who don't know, this is a generation. This gentleman now reminds me of me when I was just coming in the sound business. See him, sir. See him where? Yes, it. Has the drive, has the ambition, has the goal mind setting, and he could back his talk and do what he has to do in this sound business. So big up yourself, Blaxz, and respect for joining Wizology Show. Really appreciate it still. And everything there. So what people don't know is that after I think Love Child was one of the last dominant sounds to have a whole kind of area movement in Toronto. Hence comes Blaxz and some others that I believe you started a generation movement, right? Oh, what am I gone? No, that's how we do it thing, man. That's how we do it thing.
All right.
All right.
See how you said that, the generational movement?
Yeah.
I look at it like, you see my class now?
Yeah.
We're the middle child. You know how first born get them ratings and the last born get them ratings? But you have that middle child.
Yeah.
My generation is the middle child.
Either, yeah, okay, I can accept that. You see, but when I always notice a lot of things, and I think I see a lot of things before a lot of people, and I noticed when you had your events, it wasn't hundreds, it was almost nearly thousands that come out. You guys, like when you had started your movement, you were filling halls that 2, 3, or 4 sounds had to be together to fill, and the whole your clique was just filling them. And I went to some of those events just to see and watch and thing, and I was like in awe and stuff. But it all broke down. It all broke down, and I know things. So for us, let us know where it started. How did it come about?
All right, so you see how you're talking about the halls and all of that stuff?
Yeah.
That was like halfway through the thing. So when I started playing sound, my virgin Tiny and an ex-virgin Ainsley, we used to rent records from Apache Tribe. Remember Apache Tribe from Marco?
Oh.
We used to rent records from them, and there was a Mexico song, Uptown 45. Now, Uptown 45 was Bam Bam and some man from like Chester and Dower, but they were always going between names. So the name they ended up with was Night Storm.
So hold on. You rented the records, so you had to bring back the people them records.
Yeah. Me a church boy, so me there
Okay.
church more time. So me can't them time there. I couldn't too touch road certain ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we need song to go a dance.
Right.
How we ended up renting the records is because we had a couple 45s, probably like 20 minimum. Me and Tiny and Ainsley, and I had a one virgin where his mom used to go to Trinidad every year for 3 weeks in the middle of the summer. So we started keeping house dances. So at that time, like we used to like Adiz is my son, and them man they used to rate bass at DC. So we had all the cassettes and like all the fucking everything. So now, you remember the CD, the double deck tape decks?
Yes.
Right. So we used to find the song them what we want and pause and play.
Okay.
But we used to be fucking up little basement dances and apartment dances in Flemo and shit. So when my brethren said he's keeping the dance, I was like, let us play. And he's like, nah, you can't come with your tape deck from the people them sound. And so I had a one brethren now, Ainsley, and he's good with like technical shit and sound shit and wiring. So the sound what he hired, I mean not call them name, but they needed him to string up the sound. Imagine they have their own sound and they need, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
String
brethren, to
me
string up
them
the
sound.
sound. Yeah.
And I string up the sound, brother. You see by like 12:45, for some reason them sound now work.
So here comes the cassette deck.
Right? And that night, I don't know if you remember Canadian Tire had the Panasonic, the one tape deck with the speaker is a black one.
Okay.
Anyway, that we are used to find the tune them because we are pause and play, and a juggle. So we are find the song them pan bass of this and king of these cassette, you know, guy. And I fuck up the people them dance. So it's from that we're like, we need records. And then we're like, you know what I mean? Right? Them time there, I just moved back from the States. I don't really know what going. This is all new to me. So like the man them what we knew what had the tune them were DJing, which was Apache Tribe and Nightstorm them. We used to rent the records.
Yeah.
So now on Nightstorm you had Bam Bam, you had Sugar Bear. On Sugar Bear's side you had Scotty. Yeah, rest in peace to Sugar Bear still.
See.
But you had Scotty and JJ on one side, and then you had Blaxz and Tiny and Ainsley on one side.
Right.
So, you know, like my mind is always an independent mind. So, you know, we I try to do a thing and I read the records. And then yeah, we just had a song. We never had a song name at that time though.
So there was no sound name at this time, but you guys
No,
were
like
playing.
we used to trail behind Nightstorm
Yeah.
and pretend, but we never had a song name. Like we played with names, but on at that time, that's not when the song name came.
So after you bust the place with the cassette, you guys had to leave and still continue playing cassette, or you still
We
playing
played,
cassette?
it was like 50-50, cause it's like, cause Apache Tribe and them time the Markham used to go on.
Yeah.
So it's not every time we could get to tune them. But if it's one thing I have, even up to this day, I have audio from clashes and juggling, what I always listen to. So like
Right.
back in them time there now, we just choose our favorites and pause and, you know what I mean? Pause and play.
Okay. So now this is where you meet Scotty now. So Scotty's been met because he's another one I know from the clique. So how did you venture now to move on from that now? How did the clique come together now?
So now, yo, to be clear, there was never ever a together thing. I work good with everybody, and you know this.
Okay.
I'm a man like this. If red is the color that makes you go crazy, me and you apart, and me just never show you red, come and know your bad side. So when I know people and know things about them, me just low so I don't get into certain things. So Scott was a unique individual where the thing what kind of turned it bad, not to say bad, is because like we're all playing Nightstorm. And it was the night I learned how to mix. I learned how to mix off a pepper seed rhythm. And the man must string up the song. Come here, look at you them time there. And the man must string up the song. And me, I try get this mixing thing, but for those that don't know how to mix, and for those that do, pepper seed baseline is dum da dum dum da dum. So you see when we catch it, it was on the offbeat. So it was like dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. And I realized that night, about 1 o'clock, Scott walked in the dance. And you know what he had? 45? What he got from Presto them around the treasure isle? You know what he had? You
Pepper
know what he
seed.
had? Miss Ivy last one.
Oh, Bounty.
And it was like Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day. Seen?
Yeah. Turn
So,
it.
yeah, and he fucked up he fucked up the dance. And that was when I realized, because by then now I started to take the bus, cause me start work and do a little thing, deliver papers and shit. So me
Right.
have a little change and I don't have nothing to spend money on. So me start, and I always had a Metro Pass. If I one thing about me, people that know me, I always had a Metro Pass. So me start go
Right to
down
the bus.
Eglinton West. Yeah. I'm gonna start buy a record, and then that's when I realize the 45 game. Enough DJs are out here right now. They don't understand. You see when 45 was on road, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Every sound wasn't playing the same songs. You had certain songs where everybody had, but there were certain songs, like for example, Shabba, the white label. On one side was Say When I Like the Kind of Funny on the corduroy. And the next side was a next room. But not every sound had it. I think one of them was even a turbo though. But
Mm.
not every sound had it. But that's how 45s, when I was coming up, it was like everybody had certain songs and albums, but certain tune when them touch road, nobody
Wow.
can to find them. So them time there now, we start biting, and so Scott took over the Night Storm because he had those little one songs, and he got his hands on the dubs before us. Them time there, I didn't know about dub plate. Tiny them, they didn't care about dub plate. So when he was like gone with the dubs, we were like, who cares? Go. We're book out, we're playing out, we're stringing up sound, we're good. And then because we're out now, because I have a mind like I just have an independent mind, like, you know. So I don't even remember what I think. It wasn't Juggernaut, but eventually we had a song. I just can't remember the name. Cause we played with like Black Magic, and then I found that there's a Black Magic in New York. We played with a couple song names, but we ended up doing Juggernaut.
Okay.
Cause the man are sharing the Night Storm name, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna build my own sound. If the man are about it, make we do it. So I did Juggernaut, and if you know about the cartoon,
So that was your sound that you first built for yourself, and
yeah,
they came. Okay,
yeah.
Juggernaut was the
And
first
then
one. See, I
because
didn't even know that.
Tiny is like my best friend, and he showed me about music and certain little thing. It's always me and Tiny. So we are Juggernaut, and then we start running around the place.
Okay.
And then now, while that was going on, there was a song from Dower called Crisis. In my whole time clashing, and here's the difference when you talk about Wiz and Lindo and Steenie and all these guys. Here's the difference now. When you guys came up, you guys got to clash. And that's why I call like my generation the middle child. Because when I came out, man weren't clashing, bro. If you tried to clash, people were vexed. That's why I call
Really?
myself the middle child. People are like, why is this guy always on war? Because all you guys got it out of your system. I never got to do that shit.
Wow.
See?
Okay.
That's, you know what I mean? So, anyway, so we built with Phil Sound, and Crisis was the only sound. So, yeah, big up Pigeon, Wirebird. So, them time there, I came back from the States. I was born in Toronto. My mom brought us to the States. We came back when I was in like junior high. Now I'm going to Leacock on Birchmount. So now you have
My
Bay
old
Mills
school.
on one side, and you have Glendower on the next side.
Yeah, I
See?
know it well.
Now
I
you
went
have,
to Lincoln.
yeah, you know, I know you know. Yeah. And then because Melophonic had some selectors on it, we have fuck with the Chester youth them. Then
Yeah.
we have tab with them. All right, good. So because my friends them were more from the mill side of the thing, it was always like a Bay Mills Dower. Not really like that, but it was the Dower song and the Mill song.
Okay.
See? The
Yeah.
difference was them time there, them man they have money to spend. We're still learning the thing. So we could all juggle them. You done? We could all juggle them. Find somebody upstairs. Come here do this thing here for this. Yeah, yeah. Chippy said big up. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're all juggling them, but we don't have the dubs.
Right.
What I'm saying?
Okay.
Right. So that was that little thing. And then there's a guy from Malvern named Turbo. You know Firestone Sound?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So he was the first man that put me in a club. And
Okay.
because he liked how I juggled and stuff or whatever. So
So this is, are you moving Juggernaut in the club now?
yeah.
All right. So we haven't even gotten to this stage. So this is all before.
That's what I'm saying. All that shit what people know about, that's halfway through the works.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So we're in now, and we're into the club. Juggernaut is playing. You and is it Tiny now moving with you? All
Always.
right.
Always.
Always.
Up to right now, even when you see me as Blaxz Dundaplace,
Tiny.
yeah.
All right. So
Tiny run the place, Blaxz Dundaplace.
that's a good brethren. We salute to Tiny because he's been there through thick and thin. So now, how do you move from Juggernaut now over to where we start seeing you in the West and stuff like that? Because
So
all we saw was the Loaded.
because you see with Juggernaut, I'm still in high school and I'm a youth them time there. Now when I finished high school, I went back to the States.
Oh, okay. Okay.
When I came back from the States is when everybody knows me. Now what happened was I went to the States,
Yes.
big up Magic from Soldier One, because them all asked me to play Soldier One song.
Wow.
Yeah.
See? I didn't
So
know
what
this.
happened was when I left to go to Alabama, it's Alabama where I went. She's not here? Go upstairs or tell Sean or Lindo to go upstairs. Um, when I went to the States for school, now only people that been to the US will know this. When you go to the States to live, your first 9 months, you're not legally allowed to work a job. Okay?
Okay.
So you get your SIN and everything like that, but you cannot legally work. So I'm a Canadian student in university and I can't make money. And there's people that were in the area because in Alabama you have Alabama A&M. You have like 5 universities. So there's people from all about what already knew about me from Juggernaut. Now pause right there. Right when I left to the States, I got a link with a promoter that basically said to me, do you want to run all ages or do you want to run 19 and over? And I said all ages because of my age. So right then and right before I left, the last dance I played was at a club called Venom. And that night, we're still on records, and Scotty took the 45 middle pieces. And I said to him on the mic, I'm like, yo, boom, if you don't bring the 45, it's beer dub, and me, I got murder your clan. So you see, after I played my first round beer dub now on Juggernaut, he brought the 45s or whatever. So I left Toronto like on a hike for myself personally. You
Okay.
see?
Yeah.
Because my little high school rivalry, me get the best of them. And
Okay.
Crisis, when we played Pitfield the last time, we get the best of them. So I left on a hype. So I go down to the States now, and I can't work, I can't do nothing. So Tiny and my friend them or whatever, they're saying, you should play in the club. And them time there, I'm thinking, I want to get professional with my life. I want to do proper shit. I'm not preing that. But now I need money. And, I grew up with my mother only.
Yeah.
I'm a single child in a single parent. So you don't too want to be calling mom for it. You know what I mean? So we try hustle and do one thing. See how man get dry, you get bummy now. So with the works with Tiny and 1 and 2, they sent me 2 turntables, a mixer, 4 speakers, and all my records, bro. Seen?
Okay.
So right before the Christmas break, I went to the club and I started preing it. You good? Everything balanced? Alright. But you're good though. What's
Yeah,
your
I'm good, but like, yeah.
I'll call you when I'm done this.
Just
Yeah. So as I'm down there now, I start going to the parties. And in the States, it's different from Canada. They have a lot of fraternities, and people, when they talk about secret society, again, different thing again. When they talk about secret society, they don't understand where that's coming from. When you're in the States in school, you have fraternities and they draw for you. And if you understand that, that's when you understand Masons and Kappa this and secret society, make your progress in life. Anyways, me start go to the dancing, frat parties and regular clubs. And there was a one West Indian club. And we pre the vibes. Organized me tune them. And right before Christmas broke, I went to the club and I said to the club owner, and I went to the club because I didn't want to get singled out in any fraternity or anything like that. And I said to the man, yo, I'm going to bring my song them next week and let me play 15 minutes. And if you think I'm shit, don't say nothing. No pressure. But if you want to work with me, you say something. So I went. He's like, all right. I went the next week. I played my round. And I did one of those 15 minutes, 5 minutes reggae, 5 minutes hip hop, 5 minutes soca. And my last 3 songs were those like down south, Shorty Bing My Way. And my last tune was them time there, put it in your mouth. I used to fuck up Beer Man with that. So I played it as the last tune and I wheeled it up. I'm like, you want to hear it again? They're like, yeah. I said, you sure? They're like, yeah. I said, go talk to that man there. I'm gonna pack up my song. And then him say, yo, I'm going to pay you to come every Friday, and the Saturday, the door is yours. And that's how I learn about making money as a DJ. It's not about just getting paid. Remember that.
Hold on. We're going to have to restart the live because we're ending. We're going to restart so we know where we are. All right. We know where we are.